Now, if you're going to Europe and let's just say you do not have an EU passport, then unfortunately, you're going to need both of these right there. One is out now causing unbelievable chaos and the other is going to launch very soon. Don't get both and either you're going to be turned away at check-in or worse, denied entry when you get into Europe. So I'm explaining very, very simply what they are, why you need them, what to do and more. As always, drop your questions in the comments and I'll jump in. Right, very quickly, first question. What on earth am I talking about? I'm talking about ETIAS and EES. ETIAS is an online travel pass and you'll do it before you leave. Think of it as your permission to travel. EES, on the other hand, this is the one that's causing all of the chaos, is a border check you do when you arrive. You get your passport, your face and fingerprint scanned. It's the one that essentially replaces stamping of passports. Which countries are they for? Well, both of them apply to all of these 29 countries you can see around me there. There's also a 30th Cyprus in which you will need an ETIAS, but you won't have to do the EES biometric stuff. I'll stick all the countries in the description and my pinned comment. Do you need them? Well, as I said at the beginning, if you do not have an EU passport, and I'm one of those, then yes, you will need both an ETIAS and EES. If you do have an EU passport on the other hand, then well, lucky you because you won't have to do either. When do you need them? Well, ETIAS is completed online before you travel, and it can only be completed online when it comes out. It was expected to go live this autumn, but it should be very, very early next year. EES, completely different. This is the one that happens in person when you arrive in Europe, and this is the one that's already live and causing loads of chaos. Both of them, though, apply whether you travel by plane, train, ferry, boat, ship, car, coach, etc., whatever. And if you're finding this useful, please give the video a like. It really actually helps us to push this out for others to see. And of course, you can always subscribe and hit that notification bell. That really does help. Why do you need them? Why have you got to do them? Well, European authorities have said that they want better security at their borders. They want to know who's entering, who's leaving, and it's going to automatically flag anyone who, in their mind, overstays their welcome. By the way, if you need fuller explanations of ETIAS and EES, I've also stuck the videos in the pinned comment and description as well. So, what do you have to do for each one? How do you actually get them? Well, ETIAS, when it comes out, you'll have to fill out an official website form. It's only online, and you do that, as I said, before you travel. Most approvals should come back almost instantly, almost immediately. For EES, you do that when you arrive, you step up to self-service kiosk on arrival, and you scan your passport, get your fingerprints scanned and face, and then head off to baggage claim. How much do they cost? What do you have to pay? Well, ETIAS is free, but only to anyone under 18 or over 70. For everyone else, such as myself, it's €20. EES, on the other hand, completely free for everyone. How often do you have to do them? How long do they last? Well, for ETIAS, it's just once and it lasts 3 years. But because ETIAS is connected to your passport number, you'll need a new one when your passport renews. In the case of EES, that's the one you do when you arrive. You get your passport, face and fingerprint scanned on your very first visit. And then for return visits, you'll get your passport scanned and either your face or just a single fingerprint. Now, what happens if you don't do them? Well, quite simply, without an ETIAS, you will not be allowed to board. You'll be stopped at check-in. If you haven't got an EES, then you're going to be denied entry when you arrive. Now, what happens if you get a passport? Well, as I said, in the case of ETIAS, you're going to need a new one because ETIAS is linked to your passport number. For EES, completely different, nothing to worry about, all automatic. Guards will simply update your digital record at the border. And there you have it. About 11 or 12 very simple questions. I hope that's answered most things. As I said, this is just a basic guide to help everyone out, and obviously stick your questions in and jump right in, and I'll jump right in. So thanks so much for watching to the end. As usual, I really genuinely do appreciate it. And of course, I have to say it, I'll see you in the next one.